it's been a great year. I mean, you look at his numbers, and he's a poster, right? He's going to post every day. He's got 150 games played.
He's handsome.
6'4", green eyes, handsome, right? He's young with $1 billion. He plays every day. He steals bags. He's the leader of your team. When I look at a good team, you wonder why they're in first place. You got to look up the middle. You got Kyle Raleigh, who's probably going to be the MVP. You've got this guy, Julio Rodriguez, right? For me, when I look at him, it's a 5-tool player. And we can start the board here. Show me that board on the stolen base and the home runs. I mean, look at this. First 580 career games. Look at the guys that are in here. It's Acuna, it's Strawberry, it's Eric Davis, Mike Trout. I mean, these are all dudes. All dudes.
The homers on Eric Davis, 197 through his first 580.
Stolen bases right there. I mean, that's a lot of stolen base. But when I look at Julio Rodriguez, it's the whole package. It's a 5-star. And look, I get it. I totally understand. If he gets off to a better start, they're running away with it, right? They could have the best record in the American.
Yeah, this year it just seemed like he got off to a slow start. Guys do that. I played with Mark Teixeira. We had this conversation back in 05, 06, where Teixeira made a comment to Mikey Young on the plane and said, when the dust settles, when the year's over, my numbers will be there. Yeah. And Mikey was saying, yeah, but we need
I need you in April.
I need you in April. We need a little help
and
now.
He understands that.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at his numbers the first 2 months, they weren't great, but they weren't like 190 bad, right? And he understands that. Like, he gets that. And we can roll through this, and I'll just show you a little bit of what it is, because covering ground defensively at that field is impossible. I mean, you've got to cover a lot of ground every single day, not to mention he's played 150 games. He's out there every night. The no-fly zone out in center field, this is what he's doing. He's robbing home runs. He's going to his left. He's going to his right. Want to test him with his arms? That's a happy Karen right there. I mean, you can't test him with his arm. He's got an absolute rocket. I don't know why they continue to take the extra base on him. It's just, why are we doing that? I love what he brings to the table defensively. He's kind of that spark plug. He's that shortstop out in the outfield that's saying, okay, I can go do it all. I can throw out guys, I can go and catch them, and I can also do this. You know, he's got 27 bags on the year. 27 bags on the year. You know, where everybody's running nowadays, he's kind of that guy. We talk about Raleigh, the year he's had. I don't know if Raleigh's having the year he's having without that guy, because he's been unbelievable. Look at this. Most 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases in a 4+ WAR season. You've got MVPs here. You've got guys here that have done it. Potential Hall of Famers that have done it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you've got in Julio Rodriguez. But, okay, we didn't come here to show, you know, his defense. We didn't come here to show his stolen bases. And we didn't come here to see his rocket for an arm. We came here to talk hitting.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go dive in on what he's doing right now, hitting. Let's not sugarcoat it. He was not that good his first 90 games. He just wasn't. You know, he had, 9 home runs, 10 home runs, hitting
he went to the break. Yeah, he went to the break, hitting mid-260s with 11. Didn't go to the. He made the All-Star team, but he didn't go.
He was a little
He wanted to reset.
Wanted to reset, and he totally did that. His last 58 games, look at this, D-Row. 360 on base, 19, 631.
Wow.
You know what stands out for me? Is the on base. The 360 on base. That tells me you're seeing the baseball. That tells me you're consistent every day. That tells me you're going after pitches the right way. Pitch selection's huge. That's what that tells me with the on-base percentage. It's my favorite, one of my favorite stats is the on-base percentage. I want to see how much you're getting on base to help your team, especially with the stuff he does. He can steal, he can run, he can do it all. I felt like something happened July 11th. That, for me, is what took place. Take Scooball deep on a changeup. When you're hitting breaking balls, it's telling me that you're on the fastball, because you're hitting usually mistakes on breaking balls. And that's all he's done. He's crushing the doubles. He's 3rd in RBIs. He's 1st in home runs since July 1st. He's 4th in slug. When you're doing all these things off changeups, you're usually on the fastball. And that tells me that you've cleaned up mechanically what you've done wrong the first 2 or 3 months of the year. That's all he's done. He's been driving the baseball out of place, safe field. It's tough to hit. It's tough to slug. Look at this since July 11th, what he's doing against non-fastballs. 333 with a 685 slug. Man, this guy's hammering breaking balls. At this point, you might as well throw him fastballs at the top of the zone and pray, light a candle. right? Because you might get
I'm
hurt
shocked.
there, too.
I'm shocked he doesn't get pitched like Trout when I watch him.
Just
top
of the zone,
rail
move his
heater,
feet.
go get him.
I agree with you.
I wouldn't spend him anything.
But when you look at his mechanics, when you look at his swing, there's been a lot of changes going on with his stuff. And it's not so much lower half. Pause this right here. His lower half has pretty much stayed the same. I mean, that's where he's at right there, lower half. I love his lower half. I think his lower half really works. It throws the bat right to the baseball. Hips are good. For me, it's the hands. What he's done with his hands, what he's done with his waggle. You know, on the left here, when he was struggling, there was more of a looser style of waggle.
Okay.
Right, it's very loosey. And there's a fine line, D-Roy, and you can talk about this. Being too loose and being too tense.
Yes.
You've got to have that happy medium where I feel on that side, he's had that happy medium. Where now he understands the grip of his bat, he understands his load, he understands when to attack. On this side, it just felt like he was just so loose that when he was going to attack the baseball, it was just too out of whack, right? And there was nothing behind the baseball. And you'll take a look here, click by click, what he's doing. The right here is more of an up-down shoot with his barrel. On the left, if you go back, on the left is more of a circular one. That tells me you're super loose with your hands. And when you're going to attack, stop, go back a little bit. Look how powerful you are right there. You're more closed off.
Tighter.
Over here,
more
you've
lag.
already opened up a little bit with the left hip. Here, you're still closed. You've got whip coming through the zone. Over here, it's kind of like hiding. You're hiding this whip.
Look
right
how
here.
the bat bends
bending
in the
on
right.
the right.
That's when you're looking at video, that's what a hitter's looking for. They're looking for whip. They're looking to see how tight
We
they
refer
are.
to that in the biz as lag.
Lag.
Very lag. And everything he's done since July.
I've always
been
felt
that.
when I've watched Julio, he has one fatal flaw, and it takes him like 2 months to get out of it.
Which
Right?
is?
He takes his top hand. Right there. Run that back for me. There. That's his move, right?
That's his move right there.
This. So during the season, he starts off where this is really pronounced, and he has a tough time getting it all the way back around. That's why I'm saying, that's why you see him handle off speed, because I feel like he's got off speed bat speed early and
I
they
agree.
rush heaters. And then he dumbs this top hand down
I agree.
at some point throughout the year, and he starts handling fastball.
So
he's
he
able to
understands
go.
that. I feel like he understands that. And that's what he was doing early on in the year, where he had him here. His hands had him like, he was really close to his ear, where now he's actually had him back more. He's more back. So it's less movement, like you're talking about,
If
right?
I were him and he's do no wrong, I mean, you got Edgar Martinez as your hitting coach.
That's right.
Just show me what you did, and I'm talented enough to probably do
I
it.
had Edgar as a hitting coach in Seattle. There's just nobody like him. Doesn't say too many words, but when he speaks, listen, you have to listen. He's sensei over there. Like when he'll say something, it's right
I
on.
went down a wormhole last night with pen and paper trying to figure out who goes where in this postseason picture, and I'm being honest with you. I keep going back to this team.
Yep.
If and when they get in, they are going to be a very difficult team.
Yeah,
they are
because I don't think we've
minorly
seen
flawed compared to a lot of other American League teams.
And I don't think we've seen the best of
I
their
agree,
starting pitching
Robert.
this
I agree.